Alright. So let's start off with the comp. It's Brawly and Poke at the same time. Brawl is the Genji and the Rein and Zarya. Poke is the Ashe. So, okay, right away, you've just walked out with your shield and it's already almost gone. Why? If you look at health bars, I mean, you saw the Ashe to the right. She's not in any threat. She's one of your squishies. There's me and you. We aren't at risk of dying. Thunder. To be honest, he shouldn't have been straight there, straight away, and he took a fire strike to the face, which he could have avoided. So that's not on you. So there's absolutely no reason for you to take that amount of damage that fast, because now you can't do anything. And in fact, you hold it, and now your shield is 0. 8 seconds have passed, and you have lost your main utility. So there's no reason to use that amount of shield. Don't just hold it and walk forwards. You have a very large health pool with lots of armor. Yes, they are running spam. They are running Junkrat. That's a lot of spam damage. They have a Lucio. They can be more aggressive. But you do have the passive healing of the cart. So Thunder is on him to be in a good position. Oddity should have healed him up by now, to be honest. But yeah, that's the first thing. 9 seconds in. That's bad. You gotta not do that. So anyway, let's carry on. Good. You're using the payload. This is good. Okay. Now the Lucio is standing in front of the payload. What are you gonna do? I mean, already we've lost both DPS. So I assume the call is, I mean, maybe you can just stand behind the payload and see what they do, or you back up. Cool, we got a res and you got a bubble, nice. That was just for me, really. So, yep, you got full shield again. Now let's see if you do the same thing. This is good, this is good. Okay, so I know it's a lot in the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But definitely when you get that bubble and when you've got your full shield, you can swing a bit more, then shield, swing a bit more, then shield. You're kind of just holding your shield until it loses its potency and then backing away. And you actually haven't really achieved very much. It was good swinging on the Lucio, but you only swung on him once and then you kind of backed off indecisively and then walked forward again, but didn't get any swings. I hope you've noticed the Junkrat. I mean, of course we have the benefit of pausing, but I hope you still have noticed that Junkrat trap on the right, and soon you will try and swing on it to destroy it. Ooh. Okay. I think I can predict what's going to happen. Because you did what I wanted you to do, but a bit late, because that was after the bubble had already worn off. And you're low, and you've put yourself in a position in front of the cart, and I can see the Rein, so yeah. So just be careful about positioning yourself in front of the cart. The only reason that you had, let's go back, the only reason that you had to step in front of the cart was to remove the Lucio. So yeah, it didn't really make use of the bubble. Perhaps that's communication with us. So remove the Lucio. Good. And now you can just stand behind the cart again. Bubble. Good. Good. And then you were, to be fair to you, you were just slightly starting to move to the right. So it was a bit unlucky, but just be aware of that. Yeah. Remove the obstacle and then go back to using the payload as cover. I see I get booped off. I probably called to watch for the Lucio and then, irony, got stuck myself. Anyway, it's a lost fight. And now we're regrouping. Good. unlucky fire strike. Same thing, same obstacle. And if you look at our comp, unless the Ash gets a good angle, I mean she's dead already, so really you do really want to be aiming that fire strike at that turret to destroy it. It's hilariously bad positioning. And actually if you line it up correctly, just a little bit to your right, you can get both the Junkrat tire, Junkrat trap and the turret. But yeah, definitely that's part of your job here, considering the comp. Unless the Ash gets a good, but again, we're in a 4 stack, not a 6. You can't control that Ash, so it's your job essentially. Lost 1 DPS. That you've had fire strike for a while, not used it. Like, yep, just use the payload. Nice, nice, nice. It's a shame, I suppose, to be honest. And this is, you know, more advanced, but this was the 3rd fight, right? Junkrat's been doing a lot. So, thinking this, actually, again, hindsight, and the fact that I've just seen it pop up, but, you know, it is something to be thinking about. Fire Strike is one of the best tools in the game to remove a Riptire. So yeah, just something to think about. Nice. Ah, nice. Me and you. 1 swing and then me beaming it down, plus him being bad. So anyway, I mean, yeah, what I said still applies, but yeah. Dealt with it. Swing, 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 yeah. And then fire strike, fire strike. Who went off? Oh, that's unlucky. I am assuming he meant that for you. That's kind of possibly the Mercy's fault for being in the wrong position. Anyway, let's go back. Oh dear. Had they already beat when you decided to do this? So they've beat. That's good. 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds. You don't look at that. Look at all those health bars. You don't want to be charging into that at half health. Even though the Bob just went in. And remember that thing of someone bubbles you and says go in. It almost never means charge. It just means take a bit of space, walk up, swinging. Swing, walk up, swinging. Never charge. Because, I mean, they've already used one ult. They'll probably use another, but you've also just left your entire team to be shattered. Yeah, okay. That's lost fight. Anyway, next. So what do we have? Shatter. Okay, just got an invite, so let's pick this up later. 210. Okay. So I was going to talk about this at some point after watching some of your gameplay. May as well talk about it now. So a few Rein techs and a few Rein things that you want to know, basically. First of all, the thing that we were talking about before, lots of times, you know, the jump shield tech. Not losing any momentum. Jumping, shielding, jumping, shielding. Now, yes, they did make Rein move faster, but you're still wasting all your shield, so it's still better to do this. Of course, the only times when you've got to worry about doing this is if they have one-shot capabilities like Hanzos or Widows. Anyway, So that's the first thing. Second thing, you want to have a very fast turning speed on Rein. I think on this account it's set at 90, but on the Drake account I think it is set even maybe on 100, I'm not sure. But there's several reasons you want fast turning speed. Is one, hammer tech. You want to be turning your camera as you swing, depending on which way you're swinging. If you're swinging left, you want to turn the camera left. And likewise, because then you see, even though I'm looking here, I'm getting both to maximize your swing. Oh, he went really far. But yeah, you saw the previous time. Anyway, and you don't really need to do much with your apart from aim for fire strikes. That's it. So the other reason you want fast turning speed is because I see that you never really do this. This is pretty important because you need to know who's with you, and it doesn't take long just to L2, R2, see who's with you. 1 second. And this is very useful for checking corners. You know, you're walking through, I don't know where, say, you're walking through the choke and you want to check your corners. Quick check your corners, you're fine, you're safe. You know, you're okay, let's go. Whatever, you know. So that's the main thing you want to check. And being able to check fast is obviously important. Couple of other techs. Maybe talking just a little thing quick. A jump shatter, which is really useful. Obviously, jump, move forward, shatter. Very useful for surprising people. I've got a very good example of this that I did in a competitive, I think it was a scrim, but yeah, really useful to surprise sometimes. Like I said, jump, walk forward, turn, shatter. Very useful. Similarly, jump charges. Oh yeah, that's the other tech. Last tech, usually only used for getting back from spawn quickly, is just hold X. I don't know if you know that. Hold X at the end of your charge, and it takes you a bit further. Quite a lot further, actually. About that far. Anyway, there's some Rein text for you. Maybe I'll put in that jump shatter clip. Alright, back to your VOD. Alright, we're back. Let's see what happens with this game. There's a few more things that we can definitely talk about for this before I go on to the King's Row round. Okay. Yeah. Where is their Reinhardt? As Reinhardt, you always want to be aware of where their Reinhardt is. This is frustrating because I know you wanted to kill the 12 because maybe no one else is. But yeah. Where's the Reinhardt? You know he has shatter because he hasn't used it. So... as if to illustrate my point perfectly. However, he only shatters me. Let's see. Oh no, he shatters Thunder as well. So, I mean, yeah, but he makes the classic mistake of he's deep in enemy territory. This is a bit ridiculous. Let's see what happens. He doesn't kill. He doesn't kill either of us. Massive throw. So one, he made a big mistake, which we'll see if you do this later. When you shatter, if you have Fire Strike, use that first. Basically, you almost never you never want to. I made this mistake in my early Rein days. I have a few clips where I did it. Sometimes it works out, but you never really want to charge after a shatter, because all you're doing is guaranteeing one kill, and maybe you're smart enough and you realize that their entire win condition is, say, based off a grab, and so you're like, I killed a Zarya, or, you know, their win condition is trans or B or something. Fine, okay, charge, kill them. But it's still probably better to fire strike and then swing. You're probably going to kill them, and you're going to do more damage to other people as well. Again, using the tech that we talked about of having your camera so that you can swing fast and cover more distance. Anyway, yeah, he got nothing. He fed. That was really bad. But it was also your fault that we got shattered because you chased a Torp, who then got rezzed anyway. So, yeah. Now let's see what you do, because you've got a Lucio and a Zarya behind you. Good, good, good. Okay, we just got 2 kills. So, fight, and then I got the Mercy. Fight's won. Fight is over with. This doesn't matter, this is a throw. Fight is won, so... Yeah, you definitely didn't want to do that. And then you definitely didn't want to do that. You've got 1200 health on your shield, and yet you've died because you just walked up to a Junkrat. The shatter was wasted. We got 3 kills, including their Mercy. Shouldn't need to do that. Definitely shouldn't need to do that. They did get 3 back, to be fair, but still, we got fast spawns. I know you know this, but maybe that was a frustration shatter. Anyway, that was wasted, and then you died needlessly because you had shield. And that Junkrat trap is still there. I think Thunder just noticed it. Anyway, moving on. Don't know why I grabbed. Probably for tempo, because you see they're back and we're kind of respawning. Hopefully you immediately fire strike into it. No, okay, but they both died. Turret? Good. Good, good, good. Okay. Again, this is alright. You're walking forward to take space, but you definitely could be shield hopping a little bit. Anyway. Now, you not heard that there's a Junkrat on your left? No? No? Okay. Okay, he's dead. Never mind. Alright. Yep, he's dead. You can... Yes, you should be up there with me. Up there with me. Always keep an eye. And again, this is your ability to turn your shield quickly. You can prevent that Lucio from booping you. Similarly, we talked in the past, if there's a Sombra, which I know there isn't this time. But again, that ability to very quickly activate your shield and turn it in the direction. Because remember, when you get damage or any kind of ability like a hack, there's red lines that come up on your side of your screen, left or right. And then if you react to those and turn your shield, it cancels it. You won't be able to hack. Anyway, let's carry on. Taking space. Yes, I think I called to go high ground, which is good. Again, you check who's there. Thunder's popping off. Nice. Could have thrown a YOLO fire strike there. You can clear these. I would definitely be clearing those. Why have you dropped? Why have you dropped? Again, this is probably, you know, you see the Ashe and you want to protect her. Don't play down to your teammates. Make your teammates play up to you. That's the only way you're going to get out of gold, you know. If you play like a gold, you're going to stay in gold. You have a very high charge Zarya. Shield her. And keep the high ground. So if you were up there with me, look, I just killed the Mercy. Imagine if you were with me. I would get a lot more value because I can shield you and I can also survive longer because you can shield me. So, yeah. And then, hey, you know, if the Reinhardt charges in and pushes, then of course you go charged because of what I said earlier about, you know, knowing where the Rein is at all times. Then you can go from behind. Phrasing. But yeah, you can react to that. But if you have the advantageous positioning like here that I do, they have to do something about me, otherwise I'll just kill them. Again, just taking a lot of spam needlessly. Shield hop, take space. There's 3 on the cart. You could be up on that corner on the left. But you've held your shield. And that you have no shield. This is where you 100% should just be dropping your shield, swinging your hammer, taking some spam. Nobody in the team is down. You have an Anna right next to you and a Mercy pocketing you for some reason. I have no idea why Odd is pocketing you. She should be pocketing the Ashe. Or if she doesn't trust the Ashe and she thinks he's bad, she should be pocketing me. Because well, at least I was high charge. Anyway. You have an Anna, you have a main healer, you don't need to pocket the tank. Pocket the damage. Anyway, that's a VOD review for Oddity later. Or another time if she ever wants one. Let's talk about you. So yeah, you've lost your shield. And not really achieved anything except cart progress. But that was happening anyway. That's not necessarily your job. Not always. So that's cool. Our Farah's popping off. But yes, again, they forced me back. They forced me back. If you'd been up there, we would have been forcing them back. Unlucky with the fire strike. Yeah, good. Shield your teammate. Turn. No. Slightly unlucky. But again, you're full health. Just walk forward swinging. Walk forward swinging. Bully the Rein. That's all you need to do. We've got 2 picks. You could be swinging on the Mercy at this moment instead of having the animation of that. Anyway, I'm going into too much detail. This is going to be bloody half an hour. So let's just continue and see. So, and now look, yeah. You wasted charge and did nothing. You didn't have a charge to counter his charge. That's really one of the best things to get out of gold. Don't use your charge necessarily offensively, use it defensively. Because if you'd waited, not used your charge, then when he charged in, you countercharged, you tell, you know, the team, he's on the floor. We have an Anna, they don't. That's a nade on the Rein, that's a dead Rein. Yeah, this is probably lost since they used beat. And we're a bit low. And they're using, I don't know, let's see. It's less, yeah, so you see what happened there with you. And what you could do differently. Again, it's just that's where you do want charge, because you want to be able to get back to the fight quicker. Anyway. I think that I just grabbed them off the cart because we had 2 down. Anyway, again, this is not about me, this is about you. So good, yeah, okay, the Ashe is, I mean, to be honest, that's not your fault, that's their fault. Now there is where you definitely should have charged. He's dead anyway, but if he had been more, you know, higher health, he slept, that's an instant kill against a wall, easy. That's what you save your charges for, slept targets. But that wasn't your fault, really, that they got shattered. I can't remember who got shattered, if it was... I mean, you could have taken some space further, but also use the payload. They shouldn't be doing that. Cool. Yeah, you could walk forward. You could be either on this, that doorway there on the left or something, using your shield to see round the corner, or you could be on the left of the choke. Not on the left of the choke, just on the left of this doorway, so that you're to the right of the main choke. Swing in, taking space, Fire strike. That's a shame. Again, this comes with time and all that sort of stuff, but there was a moment there, for sure. You had Fire Strike on cooldown. I mean, they just shouldn't be in front of you. You have your Fire Strike on cooldown. Let's go back to normal speed, because there's definitely a window where you turn that corner, you hear the sound before you turn the corner. You can immediately Fire Strike. You could probably kill the tire, because it's an instant kill. Fire Strike with the rip tire. Instantly kill the rip tire, and also kill him, because, Fire Strike and then 1 or 2 swings and he's dead. So let's see. Boom, there it is. Yeah, 100% you could have done that. You had the time. Or one had the time. Anyway. So. Anyway. Next fight. Next fight.
I've still got it.
I will not give up the fight.
Good. Do you hold X? No. See, you'd be on the corner there. That's where you want the holding X.
Activate.
Either you did that on purpose, which was great, or you missed. Anyway, you have your shatter. So you're not really fire striking to build ultimate. You can, like I said, alluded to, you can miss fire strikes on purpose, just by a bit, so that they just think you're bad at aiming. But then it also gives the impression that you don't have shatter. Because it's very obvious if a Reinhardt is never fire striking, you know he's got shatter. So you don't want to make it that obvious. Anyway. We've talked about it enough, but yes, we're just holding shield. Nice idea. Great idea. It's just very telegraphed, very slow. And look, because of that, your health is incredibly low. And if you do want to do this, maybe communicate with me, with your Zarya, and say, I'm going to flank shatter. Or, I'm going to look for flank shatter, can you bubble? And then obviously you get bubbled whilst you're doing this so that you don't take all that damage. I already showed you the little tip about corner shatters. Definitely could do that here. Walking forward, jumping, turning a little bit to shatter. And that obviously won't be as telegraphed and won't take so long to do. Anyway, nice idea. You got 3. Hopefully we capitalize and hopefully you survive. But because it's always a good idea to say, if you have the time. Sometimes things just happen, and you don't. But I'm looking for a shatter here. I have shatter. I'm looking for a shatter, and then people know to follow up. And it's the same shame you didn't get a fire strike off. But yes, you were very low health. So one thing that you have to know sometimes with the shatter is it's not necessarily your job to get the kills. If you get 3 or 4 down, but you're low health, your team should be there to capitalize, and it's not necessarily your job to get all the kills. It looks like we don't get any kills. So maybe, like I said, maybe it needed to be a bit more communicated on what you were going to do. Anyway. Well, yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing? Either you had a lot of health, either you're swinging on him, or you're taking space or moving. Maybe you don't know whether he has shatter or not, so you're a bit worried about that, which is good. Now, did you hear bedtime? He's slept. Someone slept. So I was thinking it might have been around here somewhere because of the audio cue. And that, again, like I said, perfect opportunity to charge someone. Again, so long as the Rein doesn't have shatter. But, yeah, you could be getting in there and swinging on those two. I don't know what is going on over there. That's a bit crazy. But it's partly because you were slightly indecisive and you were at the back. So, let's see. Farah's a lunatic. But it works out. Charge, counter charge, counter charge. You have it. Luckily I kill him. But yeah, again, that would have been a perfect opportunity to counter charge. We've had 3 kills. What are you doing here? I know the last one only came in the last second, but we had 2 kills. Big ones, because the Mercy is dead. You should be running right up there swinging. Not holding shield. Not holding shield. You don't need to protect from anything, really. Get up there. So this is obviously a case where my previous advice is not true, because we got 3 kills now. You don't need to stand behind the payload. You should be up there just wailing on that Junkrat. Or the Diva, or the Lucio. Yeah, I'm this is backseat driving, getting frustrated because I want to be up there swinging on that Lucio and the Diva, because you'd be getting them down. Anyway, it's all about knowing when to press the advantage, because we were 3 up, we were 6v3, and we just let them come back, and it's now a 6v6 again. We just allowed them to get their numbers back rather than pressing the advantage, and you know, keeping the tempo so that they were still, if we got at least 2 of those kills, that's then we're 6v4 to close it out. So it's good that you held your shield. You didn't use your shield. Again, a bit late reacting to the bubble, but you held your shield, and now you have it to shield the entire of this visor. I'm gonna say, which you aren't doing. I don't know if you could have saved the Farah. No, she's up in the air anyway. So whatever. But yes, immediately you should have reacted and shielded that. Unlucky. But you have separated yourself. We lost Odd, and I don't know, Thunder is probably under a bit of pressure. I know he's over there, he should be fine. But yeah, you basically killed yourself by charging out of line of sight. Anyway. There's lots of things. Oi. I don't understand. I don't understand what. Oh, yeah, it wasn't the bomb. Duh. It was the Riptire. Whatever. They wasted 2 ults. Probably could have blocked that shatter though. Anyway, I might not do the defense because this is already too long. But corners is very important, you know. Whereas on the attack you use the payload to your advantage, as well as corners if you're not on the payload, if you've lost momentum, lost a fight or whatever. But on defense, you obviously don't necessarily have the payload all the time. You need to give space sometimes, but corners, it's all about using corners to hold so that when your shield goes down, you're always looking for a safe spot. You've got some form of architecture close at hand to use to get to cover in. I mean, again, you're hard shielding, but this is good because you're using the architecture.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Unstoppable!
That's unlucky. Check the floor. Because you're nanoed in this case, and there's only like 20 seconds. I'd be asking for bubble, and I'd be charging with the nano. Because you know, you got 50% damage reduction. So you've essentially got 750 health. I don't know if that maths is correct. Anyway. Space! Space! Odds should not be there in a million years, but you should be in front of me. Yep. Good. Not trying to do damage over there. You've got a Rein in your face. It's good. Okay, worked out quite well, but yeah. There's Lucio on your left. Yep. Again, the damage and stuff. You could be swinging on him a little bit. Junkrat chat. Please, 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 please. Oh, tornado. Anyway. Nice. Shield it. Where is it? Shield it. No, you have a bubble. Don't just stand there. Okay. So yeah, this is enough. This is enough. No! Okay. You could have shattered straight after. Or something you could do. They were all in the grab, so they can't do much. Is just walk to the side of the grab, and then shatter them immediately after. If they're not dying. If you don't think they're going to die in the grab, or you know that there's no follow-up, then yeah, you can shatter. I mean, it's the last fight. It's over. But so we definitely could have capped that. We definitely could have capped that, and you definitely had a part to play in that for sure. So yeah, there we go. There's a lot of information to take in. Like I said, I won't bother doing the defense. So let's see what you think. Anyway, lots of good stuff. Plenty of stuff to learn, if you so choose. But yeah, there we go. Alright, take it easy.